Today we are going to kickstart that singing practice so you can build some momentum towards your creative goals and dreams and desires. I know how much of a struggle it can be to just get moving when it comes to integrating music into your everyday life and bringing your voice to the forefront, into the light, so to speak. Especially when you're so used to hiding in the shadows. You know, when you've been away from your voice, from singing, from making music for a while, the distance between you and your voice can seem like it just grows wider and wider, like a dried up canyon. And then it just gets harder and harder to close that gap and to reconnect with it. So that's why I've put together 3 ways to reignite your singing practice and find your voice again. So if you're ready to reawaken your voice and put action to your creative desires, then grab that notebook full of ideas and let's get moving. Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. I'm Lainey Prendeville Crawford, holistic voice coach, singer, song weaver. I believe the song in your heart holds medicine for yourself and for the world. And yet too often, something happens along the way. We shut down our voice and our song goes unsung. Whether you stopped singing years ago or have always harbored an unrealized dream to start, if you're ready to finally give voice to those unsung songs in your heart, then take my hand as I guide you to free yourself from the inner critic, reignite your creativity, find your courage, sing with confidence, and reawaken those dormant parts of yourself aching for a revival. So dust off your songbooks, tune up your guitar, bust out your singing bowls, your shakers, your drum. Actually, all you really need is your voice, your breath, open ears, and an open heart. Let's play. It's an exciting day on the podcast because we are celebrating 50 episodes of Reawaken Your Voice. Yay! So if you would like to help us celebrate and show a little love, I would be so grateful if you'd leave a review on Apple Podcasts and just share what's on your heart and share what this podcast is inspiring within you. I absolutely love to hear from you. It just lights me up. So please help us celebrate, leave a review. And also, did you know that I have a free workshop to help kickstart your singing practice and reignite that creative spark? I'll guide you through some voice opening exercises, some creative warm-ups, and some journaling prompts to just unlock your voice from the inside out. And did I mention it's free? And you also get to join my email list so we can stay connected and you'll be the first to know about all the exciting things I have in store for this growing creative space and community. So head to reawakenyourvoice.com/workshop to get instant access to that and to join my list. So let's get into today's episode. I remember feeling so rusty and out of practice after my cave-dwelling days when I had buried my gifts and stopped singing altogether, and I just couldn't seem to bring myself to open my mouth and sing. And it was so hard because I didn't understand why I couldn't bring myself to sing. It's almost like I was afraid of what I would hear, of what would come out, or like I was afraid to let out whatever I had bottled up inside. I remember walking by the piano and I just feel this sense of sadness at seeing the dust collecting on its keys, or seeing it closed up, unopened, covered, like it wasn't living its purpose. And it was this stark reminder that I wasn't living mine, or at least part of mine, you know? So I started just sitting down for a minute when I'd pass, improvising a little bit. I still wouldn't sing, but I'd tinker at the keys, and I'd feel like something was moving, like something was better than nothing. And those small moments led to longer sessions. And, I'd feel myself wanting to stay seated, wanting to keep going, wanting to stay a little longer. And eventually, I couldn't help but start humming to the melodies I'd hear in my head. And so little by little, I'd take bigger, scarier actions, like joining a workshop for singers, or scheduling a session with a voice coach, or showing up for an open mic, or a singing circle, or joining in with harmonies around a campfire, or saying yes to an opportunity to sing instead of hiding from it and giving all the excuses as to why I couldn't do it. So believe me when I say that I know the pain of holding it in and feeling that distance between you and your voice grow wider and wider. And then it gets harder to come back to it and to remember why you even sing in the first place, or to remember how good it feels when you're actively doing it. So reflecting back on this period of time, I was able to pull out several things that really helped me revive singing in my life and start building momentum towards a more regular practice. And, using my voice in the ways that I was longing to. And the same goes for anytime you've just drifted away from it, or you went through a season where it just needed to take a back seat to everything else that was going on in your life at the time. Or maybe you pushed pause. Maybe it was intentional and you're ready to come back to it. So these 3 ideas can be helpful in all instances where you're feeling that distance between you and your voice, you and your music, and you want to reignite that creative spark. So 3 ideas to get you started. Number 1, start small. So like it was for me, this can be 5 minutes at the piano bench while passing through. Just pulling it out, sitting down, opening it up, laying your fingers on the keys, taking a deep breath, and seeing what wants to come through. And it could be a few notes, a few chords. It might not be much of anything, but it's something. And then you just stand up and keep going about your day. It could be humming while cooking. It could be something more. It could be singing through one vocal exercise that you actually enjoy, or singing a phrase of a song over and over until you really start feeling it in your body. It can be whatever that little thing is for you, whatever it feels like, that little step. Because these baby steps are what help to build a habit. And it helps you to reintroduce what is dormant. It's a reintroduction to the regular practice or the ritual of sitting down at the piano or of singing along with what you're hearing in your head. It's a way of reminding yourself of what it feels like to sing. So this can look like, just to start, take your guitar out of the case, tune it up, and just let it sit there in view. Or open the cover to the piano keys so you can see them. Or if you don't play an instrument, open your mouth in the shower and just see what happens if you start singing. Keep it simple. And then do it again. And then take it one step further next time. Add on to it. Do it again. The key here is to build it into something you're already used to doing. It's like stacking it on top of other habits. So just adding in singing throughout your day. Or if it's not even singing yet, like I said, just looking at the guitar sitting there waiting for you. Or pulling out that piano bench so you have to kind of walk around it, and then maybe you'll be inspired to sit down. Build it into something you're already used to doing, and then you're just adding on top of that, adding music into it, adding singing into it. Okay, number 2, gather inspiration. So what this looks like is listening to other people making music and imagining yourself doing it too. So you could create a playlist of cover songs that you've always wanted to sing, or you could go to hear a live performance of your favorite type of music. The idea here is to kind of romance the muse, if you will. So you're warming up those creative gears and you're sparking something in yourself. It's like you feel that twinge of, ooh, I should be doing that. Or that could be me. Or why am I not doing that? That stirs something up. It triggers something in you to really think about the resistance. It helps you to see the resistance and to question it. And it sparks the motivation to break free from it. So, you could decide to play that playlist of cover songs on your commute or on your daily run instead of podcasts. Oh, I know, it's so sad. Even just one day out of the week. But keep listening to this one, okay? And then when you feel it, you'll start singing along, But you can build that into something you're already doing, like the commute, like the daily run, or whatever it is for you. Play music. Listen to songs that inspire you, to vocalists that you resonate with or aspire to, the kind of music you aspire to create. There it is. You could buy tickets to an upcoming show in your town. You're you're gathering inspiration and listening to other people make music, because it is bound to stir something in you that makes you think, I can do that too. Why am I not doing that? Number 3, make a date with your voice. This comes down to commitment and accountability. So, making a date with your voice can look many different ways. It could look like booking a session with a voice coach, or some studio time a couple months out, or joining a community choir, or saying yes to singing at an event at such and such a date at such and such a time. Or one of my favorites is to create space in your calendar and schedule it in to do a little mini retreat for you and your voice, you and your music, just to sing, to write, to get into creative flow, and just immerse yourself in that zone. So this can be a few hours. It can be less, half day, make the time work for you. But this is intentional time. Time you set aside to just sit with your notebook and some tea, some water, make it feel good. Like, gotta have the vibes, okay? The ambiance. But you know what that feels like for you. So create the space, create the time, and just be with your voice and see what you're drawn to do. This can help you it gives you something to work towards. And it gives you motivation to prepare for something, to practice for something. Again, you're romancing the muse. But this time, instead of letting other voices spark something in you and being that passive observer, that listener on the outside of it, you become the active creator. So there's probably something already on your heart, maybe an action, an idea to share your voice. It doesn't have to be a formal performance that you're preparing for. It can be this special time of like a mini creative retreat for you and your voice. And that's something really exciting to look forward to. It could be a local open mic, something you know of or you used to frequent. Maybe you start by just going and listening, and you work your way up to getting up there to sing. Or maybe it's recording a video and sharing it with friends in an online community. There are many ways that you can make a date with your voice and create a commitment and a form of accountability around it. Booking a session with a studio or a coach or something that is like specific. Make it specific, a date, a time, and tell someone. Then work towards that. Get excited about it. Give yourself time and space to prepare in a way that feels easy and laid back and fun and exciting. Whatever this thing is, keep it low stakes, low stress. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for fun. So play, of course. This is creativity in all its glory. So just luxuriate in that. So to wrap it up, here's a quick recap of those 3 ways that you can kickstart your singing practice and reignite that creative spark so you can do what you love and find your voice again. Number 1, start small and build it into something you're already doing, and then you can add on to that over time. Number 2, gather inspiration. Listen to others doing what you want to be doing. Listen as a passive observer and see what that stirs up in you. Number 3, make a date with your voice. Commit to intentional time as the active creator. Remind yourself what it feels like to sing and why you love doing it. I pray that these ideas will get you moving towards singing and creating and playing and having fun with music making, because I know it's on your heart. And when it's on your heart, it's not going anywhere. So you might as well take those steps, take some action, and do yourself a favor and allow yourself to do what you love. Hey friend, thank you so much for listening. If this episode unlocked something in you or moved you in some way, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're streaming this, and share this episode with a friend who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until we meet again, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.